Bienvenidos a Úbeda. Welcome to Úbeda, en la provincia de Jaén, in Andalucía. In the province of Jaén in Andalucía, where Pete's Pans is tucking into a dish of the local game stew, one lightly scented with mint, and to which pieces of fresh pasta are added to make the traditional local Andrajos, a dish of the rural people, generally consumed right now in winter. The town of Úbeda, a World Heritage Site, is packed with Renaissance-style churches and palaces, including this one that's become the town's Parador de Turismo, one of the chain of luxury hotels and converted historic buildings to be found all over Spain. The town lends its name to a common expression in Spanish, andar por los cerros de Úbeda, literally to walk around the hills of Úbeda, which means to go off on a tangent. Something that I'm keen not to do, as we're here to cook the local Andrajos in the heart of this area known as El Mar de Olivos, with a sea of olive trees, with 60 million in the province of Jaén alone, producing more olive oil than the whole country of Greece, so there. Anyway, enough walking around the hills of Úbeda and back to the kitchen. With the Sierra de Cazorla as a backdrop, the first ingredient comes in a packet. These are the sheets of rolled out dough resembling pasta, consisting of simply flour, water and salt, known here as la torta. Now these are easily found in the shops ready-made around here, but on Pete's Pans, not being inclined to cut corners, I'm doing it the traditional way and making my own. It's dead easy. A dough of flour and water, some salt, rolled out nice and thin, y listo, ready to go. These will be added to the stew in pieces right at the end. A mixture of chicken and rabbit pieces are commonly used, though one or the other is fine too. Un liebre, a hare, if available. The size of the pieces is up to you, as I've seen all sorts. A mixture of red and green peppers, a tomato, onion, and garlic, which make up the sofrito, the fried down vegetable base so typical of Spanish cookery. The potato is optional, some wonderful Jaén olive oil, and most importantly, yerba buena, good grass, in other words, mint. Actually, the milder spearmint as opposed to peppermint, but I'm sure any variety will be just fine. Now we also use a bay leaf, salt and pepper, as well as sweet pepper powder, known as pimentón, but not the hot stuff. If you can find pimentón de la Vera from Extremadura, all the better. So in a generous puddle of olive oil, the pieces of meat are lightly browned on all sides, seasoning as you go. Once golden, the pieces are removed, and all this flavourful stuff left in the pan is used to start off the sofrito, the gently fried vegetable base. A bay leaf joins the mixture, and once well softened, the chopped garlic. As this continues to cook down gently, grate a tomato and add the pulp, which gets reduced until really quite dry. Meanwhile, peel and break the potato in this rustic manner. It does help thicken the sauce to have it broken rather than clean cut, and just looks more pleasing in a rustic style dish. In they go, followed by the pepper powder. And then the reserved meats. Stir it around over a good heat for a minute, and then just barely cover it with water, and allow this to cook for about half an hour. Hola. With just a few minutes to go, cut out pieces of dough or tear them off as I'm doing. And once these are firm, just like cooked pasta, we're done, except for the addition of mint, which is allowed to steep and release a little flavour into the broth for a minute, and then discarded. Don't forget to check the seasoning before serving. Do you know, these pieces of pasta really provide a great texture, and I'd say even elevate the dish above a regular stew. Pieces of game stewed with peppers, tomatoes, with pasta scented with mint. Andrajos de Úbeda in Andalucía. Truly worth a visit, both for its architecture as well as these memorable vistas over the Sea of Olive Trees and Mar de Olivos. So do hit subscribe to join me again for more culinary authenticity from Spain, France and Portugal. Hasta pronto!